Good afternoon, my crafty friends, and welcome back to my channel for another WIP Wednesday. I am working on my HAED diamond painting by Melissa Dawn, and this is take 2. I did one this morning, and for whatever reason YouTube decided to cut me off and delete it. So here we are again this afternoon. My phone was almost dying by the time I'd finished, so I had to wait and charge it. So I stopped, had some dinner, and here we are for take 2. I hope your guys' week has been going a bit better than mine. It wasn't too bad actually until that decided to be silly. I don't know. I was having an alright week. Got lots of stuff done. Made a mistake, but I can sort of correct it, so we're not going to dwell on it too much. Onwards and upwards, as they say. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you find it worthy enough of sticking around and subscribing. If you're already a subscriber, welcome back and thanks for coming back. This morning when I first did the first recording, I got all of that row done there, 10 by 10. All in an hour. Anyway, at the moment, just for a change, the sun is shining, which is unusual. It was a bit shining a bit this morning, then it went a bit grey, and now it's back out again this afternoon. So fingers crossed it stays that way, because our weather the last few days has been, oh my goodness, we've had a right multitude of weathers. We were warned about the tail end of, I think it was the tail end of Storm Kira, and that we were going to get wind gusts up to about 70 to 80 miles an hour. Boy, we sure did get those. The bottom of my garden, I've got a gate in the middle and then 2 massive, I think easy 12 foot, either 10 or 12 foot fences. Just one really long panel. And when we got up Sunday, one half of the fence was just swinging. It was only hanging on by like 3 nails at the other end. And then about an hour later, it was on the floor. It just wasn't holding on. So my other half and Tyler had to go out and try and pick it up and bring it into the garden, because it was lying in the middle of the loading bay for the shops that we live behind. Nearly took Tyler off his feet because it caught hold of the fence, the wind did. And they were both soaking when they walked back in the house because it was absolutely bucketing it down as well at the same time. So that was fun. We've had people come out and look at repairing it, and they've advised us to, well, we're not going to, but they're going to take out the old wooden fence posts and replace them with concrete ones, and then they'll repair the fence and get that back up. We've just got to wait. They've been out and had a look. We've just got to wait now for them to give us an appointment date and time for them to come around and fix it. It's all good fun. And then yesterday, sitting stitching, as I do quite often, and my settee sits in front of the window, which is good for light. Yeah, that's right. So when I'm stitching, I've got my tablet which sits on the front of my stitching, so I can see it clearly. And As long as it's not sunny, I can see the tablet. It's when the sun comes out or it goes really bright, I get glare on the tablet and I can't see. So it was a right mixed bag yesterday. I kept moving from, because I've got vertical blinds, the light goes in one side where the settee is but doesn't reach the other side. So if it's grey, I have to sit on the right to get the light from the window, but as soon as the sun comes out, I then have to shift to the left, away from the main light from the window. So it was in, it was out, it was in, it was out. Yeah, it was like musical chairs yesterday. So at one point, I happened to hear the rain hitting the window behind me. I'll put them away, I don't need them now. And then 10 minutes later, I happened to just turn around, you know, because I felt the light had gone a bit funny. And the fence panel that my other half and Tyler laid on the patio was covered in snow. Like, where did that come from? It was a bit random. So the kids loved it. They got to play in the snow on the way home. Let's do that one. No, not that one. Okay, you just want to play now, don't you? Thank you. We're going to do 209. Yep. Yeah, the kids loved it on the way home. There was no snow left this morning, apart from the lump of snow that Ellie had managed to collect on the way home. She'd made a big snowball and put it on top of my garden waste bin. That was still there this morning. That was funny. So she broke some of that off and started throwing it on her way to school. I don't mind snow. I don't like when it's been around for a couple of days and then we've had an overnight frost and it's gone hard, and I'm always the first person to go, arse over tit, as they say. That's always me. So although I like snow, I don't when it's frozen. Oh, that one and that one. So yeah, yesterday I wasn't going anywhere, too cold, doing my stitching, and I was kicking myself again yesterday. No, not that one. The last time I messed up, there was a massive patch of black, a big thick strip down the right hand side. Now, I'd managed to mess up again. Not exactly the same. But as I've gone down, it's like 10 stitches wide, this particular area is. And, oh my God, rows and rows and rows. It's one long strip. It almost goes from the top to the bottom of the first page. But, oh yeah. I was meant to go so far down and then I was meant to skip 3 rows. So I was meant to have just 3 blank rows in the middle. For whatever reason, I don't even know how it happened, but I only ended up with 2 spare rows in between. So I was a row extra than I should have had. It's easily correctable. It's not an issue. I can sort it. But the weird thing is, I then spent the afternoon going down to check everything else still was where it was supposed to be. Now that's the really weird thing. At the bottom of this black patch, it's all where it's supposed to be. It's just, even though I've added a row in, I haven't counted and I've just gone down and looked at the 10 by 10 square and sort of worked out where I needed to be, and it's all come off right at the bottom. Weird. Have I done them too? No. Hold on, I've done that one. I just didn't do that one. Okay. And I got confused as well. It's really, really stupid, really. Sorry, I'm just working out where this needs to be. There we go. I love the fact that Pattern Keeper, when you've marked your stitches off, it fills in the square in the same colour as the diamond or the shade of the floss or whatever it is you're using. I like that feature until you start using white. And then you're looking at your screen going, well, hang on a minute. Because when I'm looking at the screen, I tend to see shapes, if that makes sense. And when I'm looking on my stitching to find out where it is, I do apologise. When I'm looking, I didn't silence my phone. When I'm looking on my Pattern Keeper where it is, 3, I look for shapes to help me locate where I should be. Only when you've got white squares, they're highlighted in white. There's no colour, it just looks like another square that's just missing a symbol. That easily confuses me, easily. Where am I? There. But yeah, it's all, I love it anyway, but I've got a meeting later at Tyler's school. I'm not impressed because that means I've got to go out in that bitter cold out there. And boy, is it cold. Done them. Mark it. I had an email off one of his teachers, his English teacher, saying that she'd had a really bad afternoon with Tyler. His attitude to his work in general just wasn't good, and she'd had to have a chat with him. She'd had to get someone else to come in and have a chat with him, and even after that person left, his attitude continued. So I then received an email later on that day from his head of school, which is his house, I think. Something like that. I need one of these. Just the one. Is that in the second square? It is. It is in this bit here, right there. Mark that one. Search for the number 2s. And we'll start again. Don't need that one anymore. Yeah, so she messaged me saying they'd had issues that afternoon. She wanted to... I've got another one of these. Third square. Underneath that one. She'd been drafted in to have a chat with him. So she said, I just wanted you to be aware, but I am going to now talk to his other teachers, find out what his general attitude is in all his other lessons, and she would get back to me. So that was okay. I said, yeah, fine, no worries. The next email I got was to say she wanted a face-to-face meeting with me, and although Tyler didn't have to be there, she thought it would probably be beneficial if he was. So, Tyler plays it down as children do. He's just like, yeah, but she's moody. I only ask her one little question and she goes off on one. Yeah, I'm probably not getting the whole story there from Tyler. I don't even know where I am now. 1, 2, third square. I've already placed one. No. That's not even the right one. I've marked that. I've put that in the wrong place. What a wally. Nope. Yeah, it was meant to be under there. What a dipstick. So yeah, when he gets home tonight, we've then got to get ready to go. Ooh, I've got an O. No, not that one. Got to get ready to go out to catch the bus back to school. So he's been warned. Depending what she says tonight, depends on if he's having his phone and his Xbox. Because I will not have him... No, don't put them away. Waste his education being silly. No, I was never silly. So, we'll wait and see on that one. So that's going to be fun because it's absolutely blinking freezing outside. So cold. Nope, wrong square. So I took the kids to school this morning and I was freezing. Absolutely freezing. My daughter calls it dancing. It's not, I'm just kind of rocking myself, keeping myself warm. It's unreal. Oh, I've missed one in this square. And there's no other drawers in that square yet, so 4th row down, 5th one in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. No, don't do that. I think that's that for number 2s. And they're all number 3s. Search 3. No, wait a minute. Yeah, I'll just work my way backwards. Number 3s. Tyler as well, bless him. He can be really good when he wants to be. Usually it's because he wants something, which we kind of get to in the end. It takes about an hour of dragging it out of him. What are you after? Anyway, he bought a wheel for his Xbox a few weeks ago now. I did say to him at the time, give it a week or two, you'll be bored of it. I was correct. I think it only lasted a week and a half, and he was fed up with it. He says, I don't want it anymore, Mum. Well, it's yours, do what you like with it. So, sorry, that was an email from the sounds of it. He decided to sell it, which he did. And he asked me if he could have a hamster. Well, he was offering to buy everything he needs for it with his paper round money and the money he got from the sale of his wheel. Well, it's yours to look after, to feed, to change. He said, okay. He gave me 30 quid right there. Had a look on Amazon, said, right, that's the cage I want. Can you get it? Okay, fine. That's arrived this morning. Then as we were going down to do the shopping on Saturday morning, there's a little pet shop just down the road from us. So on the way, he called in, he bought the bedding, he bought the sawdust, he brought a bottle, he brought a play ball. Wow, he's serious. Apparently he wants a Syrian hamster. I know I used to have just a plain white hamster when I was 18. She was gorgeous. And my other half decided he wanted a Russian dwarf hamster. Yeah, never again. Oh my God, they're nasty. It did nothing but bite. I can't even remember now if it was a boy or a girl, but it did nothing but bite. So it stayed in its cage. We tried, and we tried again. And it was just, nope, I'm not coming out. I'll just nip you instead. So, yeah, mine was lovely. You could get it out, you could play with it, you could put her in her ball and she'd happily roll around. She'd sit in your hand and have a fuss. Oh, she was lovely. But Tyler's dead set on a Syrian one. Alrighty then. He's got to set the cage up later, but not till after we've had the meeting at school. This is going to be fun. Problem with Tyler is as well, he has trouble sleeping. I don't know, his brain just doesn't want to shut off or whatever. No. Bit of a night time. We've even started, right, you have to turn your Xbox off half an hour before it's time for you to actually physically turn everything off and go to bed. And you can have half an hour just then on your phone doing what you want to do. Because we just think he's not shutting his brain off while he's, you know, if he's on his Xbox till he turns off, his brain's still going, which is causing him to stay awake. So they obviously don't take after me. I can shut off literally right before I go to sleep, and within 10 minutes I'm gone. I love that feature. I just can't stay asleep. Can't have it always though, right? Then we tried that last night. He seemed to go straight to sleep. I don't think I heard him again after that. He still didn't want to get up this morning. I don't think his paper round's agreeing with him because he knows how much of a rush he's in. If a morning we get up at 6:30, he comes, well, eventually he comes down the stairs after a few times of shouting him. He has his breakfast. He knows then he's got to get straight dressed, go around the shop, grab his papers. Then he's got his paper round to do. So 7 o'clock he's gone and got his papers and off he goes. Then it's about 7:45, 10 to 8 he gets back. Then it's straight in the bathroom to use the toilet because he doesn't like using the toilets at school. He spends 10 minutes in there and then it's a rush to get dressed. Washed and dressed for Kelly to pick him up about 8:05. So I think it is just the morning is too much of a rush for him. That's all it is. As well as the, you know, not turning off. My coffee's going cold. When I did the first recording this morning, I'd actually only got halfway down my coffee and my other half walked in with another one and took away that one. I'm like, that's not even cold. I know I forgot, but I would have drunk it. If it's gone too cold, no. Then you can take it, but I hadn't finished it. Never mind. So frustrated when that video just stopped and deleted. I say deleted, I can't find it. No, it's a scrap one. Where's me? I've lost my scrap tray. Okay then, I'll just stick that over here then. Oh, that wind's getting up again. I don't need any more fences broken, thank you. Oh, that's going to be freezing later when I go. So I'm not going to get much in the way of cross stitch done today. I did yesterday. I got about well over 700 stitches done yesterday. It grieves me to have to put it down to go and fetch the kids. Ellie's like, well, I'll walk home on my own. No, you won't. Because that means Riley's got to walk with you and he's only 8 and you're only 11. And I just don't think so. She keeps on at me about letting her out. Let me go out and play with my friends. No. She constantly asks me why, and I constantly keep giving her the same answer. You know, Ellie's not outspoken. She's quiet. She won't say boo to no one, unless they live in this house, and then she'll open a trap to anyone. But outside of these 4 walls, she's quiet as a goose. And too many times I've had Kelly send me snapshots from Facebook of someone. So we've got a massive, massive field just down the main road from us with a park and, you know, skate ramp or whatever you want to call it. bike ramps. And Kelly sends me snapshots, especially one the other week of some kid down there had their phone taken by a teenager. Not sure how old the child was, actually 10, 11 maybe. They smashed the phone, this teenager did, and then tried to trash their bike as well. And Ellie wonders why I don't want to let her out, because she'd be susceptible to all that, because she is so quiet. Time to switch lids. 3608. I keep getting different colour drills. Quite a few of them as well. So what I'm going to do, stick that on there. Tip a few out, including the, oh, and there's another one. Put that there. And let's get these ones out. See, I've got a blue, I've got a grey blue, a brown, another brown, a darker brown, and get over, an even darker brown. Look at that. 6 diamonds I didn't need. It's now wasted. Anyway, so yeah. Oh, I've done all that one as well. Ellie doesn't realise how vulnerable she actually is. Excuse me. And I hate having to tell her, but I mean, okay, at her age, I was out and about. My parents let me go. And I was always out. I was never at home. But we didn't have things that my kids have got right now, like mobile phones and, you know, these fantastic games consoles. ZX Spectrum when I was young. And then it was the Mega Drive when I got a bit older. That was about it. Riley, bless him, he said to me the other day, "Did you ever have your Xbox taken off you when you were naughty, Mum?" I didn't have an Xbox, Riley. Why not? Did you have a PlayStation? No, Riley. Why not? They didn't do them when I was your age. He said, why not? I said, because technology just hadn't moved that far yet. The best we had was a Spectrum and a Mega Drive. He said, so you didn't have anything as good as we've got? No. And he just looked at me with this really sad look on his face and went, that's sad. Oh dear. I love the way kids look at it. Look at different things. I'm like, yes, but it didn't bother me, Riley. Why not? Because I was always out. I loved being out with my friends. And that's when Ellie will pipe in then and say, see, Mum, you got to go out when you were my age. Yes, Ellie, but, you know, my generation, it was completely different to your generation, as was my generation to my parents. You know, when I was a lot younger, my dad was concerned about us going out, but he knew if anything happened, we'd come home and let him know and he'd go and deal with it. But, you know, he used to say, things were easier when he was young because you could leave the kids in the prams outside the shops while your parents went shopping, and they knew you'd still be there when they came back out. Yeah, can you imagine that now? You'd have social services standing outside tutting at you, waving their finger and writing. And then if you speak to the elderly as well, right, we have an inch of snow in this country now. They shut everything, the buses, the taxis, the schools, you know, everyone gets sent home from work. Yet you speak to the elderly and they'd say, now see, when we were young and we were at school, we'd walk to school in snow that was waist high, and the only difference was they used to sit in school and wear their coats all day to keep warm, and It's like, wow, they'd have a field day with that if they did that today. But it literally is an inch of snow. That's it. The UK shuts down. And it did snow yesterday. Not a great deal, but enough. And then when I got up this morning, there wasn't anything. But as I was just dropping them at school, it tried again. But it was just so bitterly, bitterly cold. I really don't want to go out later, but I know I've got to. Ellie's got after school SATs revision. I'm hoping she says I don't want to stay, because that means I've got to go back out in the cold to fetch her before I go off to Tyler's school with him. I don't know. Kids. Oh, and that daughter of mine. She's so sly. Honestly, I never ever would have thought it of her. But she's so sly. She's devious. Rob went on their Xbox yesterday after they'd gone to bed and gone to sleep and whatever. She'd actually unblocked this lad that we had this massive discussion about and was chatting to him. So, short of shaking her this morning, what on earth do you think you're doing? She's been told she will have a ban on the Xbox, which she's kind of gone, no. And I've gone, yes. The controllers just won't be there when you come home, so good luck trying to play it. And then I assume because she didn't want me to know that she'd been talking to this particular person, instead of talking to him, she was typing to him. She'd gone to YouTube to look at how to unplug my other half's computer keyboard for the PC and how to plug it into the Xbox to sit there typing to someone. Crafty little cow. I'm going to have to keep my eyes on that one. Riley knows better. He comes and tells me. She just calls him a grass, but I'm trying to keep you safe and you just don't see it. I don't know what's got into my kids the last week or so. Honestly, they kind of swing in roundabouts, don't they? I'll behave for a week or so, and then all of a sudden I'll just have a massive, I don't know, U-turn. And then we constantly get emails, they're being naughty, they're misbehaving, and honestly, I don't think I'll have that problem with Ellie when she goes to secondary, because she doesn't say boo to no one. But she's, every time I've had a parent-teacher meeting at the school she's in now, which has been the last 4 years, they've all said she's so quiet, she doesn't say much, she just gets on with her work. So I don't think I'll have any problems with Ellie. It's just Tyler. Riley, oh my God, I know I'm going to have issues with him. So hyperactive. And he can't, he'll come down, he'll dress himself some weekends, right? And he'll suddenly have pulled this t-shirt out that's been in there for God knows how long, and it's too short. And I'll go, right, you can't wear that, that's too short, we need to put that for recycling. And the mere mention of recycling his shirt causes complete meltdown. You can't get rid of it, that's my shirt, I don't have another one like it. I love that shirt. He says he loves all his shirts. It's not one, you know, specific. He loves all his shirts. So if I ever have to get rid of any, I have to do it when he's at school. So he doesn't know. And then it comes to the same with his toys. He doesn't like his toys being, yeah, put for charity shop. He hates it. That's his. Even though he's too old for it, he still loves it. It can't go. It's a battle with him sometimes. Battle of the wills. So that's another thing that kind of me and Ellie have to do when he's not around. Or sometimes he'll be playing on the Xbox with his dad, so we'll kind of sneak in and get rid of what needs to be got rid of. I mean, if a year or so back it was Paw Patrol, he absolutely loved Paw Patrol. And he had this one particular shirt of Rubble. And I said to him, that's really short now, right? You can't wear that anymore. What are you going to do with it then? Well, it'll go for recycling, you know. Someone else can wear it. He hid it. He ran upstairs, ripped the shirt off and hid it. It took me ages to find it. We had the same again not too long ago. He's got about 3 or 4 dressing gowns, Riley has, because, you know, my sister's lad keeps growing too fast, so she just kind of passes them to Riley. And he's got about 3 or 4 dressing gowns. And he come down in this one, the one Sunday, and I went, again, that needs to go. It's too short, man. And he's like, but this is my favourite one. No, all your dressing gowns are your favourite dressing gowns. We need to put that for recycling. He went and hid that as well. Honestly. He tries to get me to swear that I will buy him another one exactly the same in his size if he lets me get rid of it. And I can't say yes because I can't guarantee that I will. And Riley's the sort of person that will hold me to what I've said. Missed. So I can't say yes because it just won't work out that way. And then it just puts me more in the doghouse then. So, whoops. I just have to go and hunt the house down when he's gone. I did think about actually, the shirt's gone now, but I've seen a few videos or posts, I'm not sure, where people have taken their kids' favourite clothes or, you know, baby grows and things like that, and they've cut them up into squares and made like a quilt with all their pieces of old clothing. I did think about that, but I just think that's way too much work for me. I've got stitching I could be doing. I know he'd love it, but it's just no. I know the next issue that's coming already is going to be his coat. It literally fits him very snugly at the minute. And when I come to tell him he needs to give it up, that's going to be another battle. He's just so clingy to his possessions. But they're just clothes. I can buy him new clothes. But he doesn't want new clothes, he wants those clothes. And what do you tell your kid then? They have to be the same, he says. Right, that's all that square done before I carry on. Moving across. Next, let's get some more. I apologise if you can hear all that noise outside. It's still a bit windy. Told Ellie and Riley they were banned off the Xbox on Sunday for not listening. So we said, right, you can tidy the bedrooms on Saturday, pick up all your stuff, and so they did, bless them. As soon as they finished, come on then, Mum, you gotta come and have a look at what we've done. And it was like, I swear it was like a grand opening. All that was missing was the ribbon across the door. Because when I finally got up the stairs, Ellie and Riley stood outside the bedroom door, hand on the door handle with the door shut, and it was like the grand reveal. They don't have over-dramatised things. Sometimes that's funny, but they did do a good job, to be fair. I just need to get in there now and hoover up all of Ellie's hair. Oh, hair knits, hair lice. I had a letter come out last Monday, I think it was, saying we've had a case of head lice reported in the school, so you might want to check your child's hair. Everybody got a letter. And every day last week, every day, because I got a bit of OCD when it comes to head lice and nits. I don't do them. They make me itch. Even if I haven't got them, it makes me itch. It's really weird. But every night last week, I did her hair. Every night she got more. So when we got up in the morning, I'd redo her hair just to double check. There was none there when she left. She'd come home, I'd do her again. They were there again. It was literally, I'm not kidding, Monday night to Friday. No, because I even had some on the weekend as well. I must have missed a couple of eggs when I'd gone through her hair. Because she had them again on Sunday, just a couple of babies, and you could tell they were babies. But it's driving me insane. The problem is, it's not with the kids, it's with the parents. There's always a parent who doesn't care. And they don't check their child's hair. I even know who it is as well. But what do you do? Short of walking up to them and going, excuse me, you need to de-lice your child. You know? I'd be okay if someone came up to me and said that I think your child might have head lice. I'd go, yeah, okay, I'll check. You know, I wouldn't be offended by it, but people around here can be offended very, very easily. So I don't say a word. So she was completely free when she went to school this morning and yesterday, and we'll see what today brings. She didn't have anyone to come home yesterday. But it's just so frustrating. I mean, okay, I don't spend lots of pounds on these chemicals that you can buy to de-knit your child and whatever. I just have a bottle of conditioner and a knit comb. A very good knit comb at that. And it works a treat. So, you know, it's not like you've got to spend lots of money de-licing and de-knitting your child. Just a bottle of conditioner. And I don't buy expensive conditioner when I'm de-knitting. She has expensive conditioner for normal use, and just, yeah, I don't bother with an expensive one for when I'm de-knitting her. And the problem is she's got really, really long hair, even though I trimmed it a few weeks back because I got sick of trying to hoover her hair off her carpet. It's grown back. And then some. It's touching just the top of her bottom, I think. So, de-knitting a child with hair that long is horrendous. And I remember all the times my parents had to do me, and I had long hair-ish. Not as long as hers, but... And it's horrible. Why should you have to go through that every day just because one or two parents cannot be bothered? Ooh. And when you've got OCD, when it comes to head lice, it's not good. So I literally sit there with a baby wipe on my lap, going through her hair, wiping the comb on the baby wipe. And Friday, oh my God, there was so many eggs. So many eggs. Oh, and the sun's disappeared. Did you see that drop in light then? And out it comes again. And in it goes again. This is exactly what I had the other day trying to get my cross stitch done. What time are we on? 45 minutes. I'm going to quickly finish these 2 squares. Then I'm going to let you guys go. Hope you guys have had a pretty good week so far. Let me know what you've been up to. I like hearing what everyone else has been doing. Hopefully it's better than mine, what I've been doing. De-knitting children. Seems to take forever. Riley's like, can you check me, Mum? Yeah, 5 minutes later I'm done. I did say to Ellie, we can shave your head if you like. She just frowned at me. Proper scowled. Take it that's a no then? Oh my gosh. I'm only joking when I say that to her. But I do know someone who actually did that to their daughter. She had waist-long hair and they shaved her head just because she had head lice. My gosh, do these parents not realise how easy it is to actually get rid of with conditioner and a knit comb? Really? I felt sorry for her. All her confidence went when they shaved her head. All of it. How to stress your child out and embarrass them. Shave their head. There's just no need. Why would that even be a thought? Yeah, Ellie, you've got head lice. I'm going to shave your head. Why? I wouldn't. But I don't account for everybody. That's just me. Helps if it picks the diamond up, really. We're nearly at the end. So that's two rows of blocks of 10 done today. It was only meant to be 1, but you know, hey ho, we got 2 done. And now I've probably got no time for stitching. Time away on 1/2. Oh, I've got about an hour. That's about 100 stitches in there. And then I'm going to lose half my evening faffing about going to Tyler's school, so looks like it's going to be tomorrow next. What are we doing tomorrow? Oh, I've got an appointment at Ellie's school for it's a SATs meeting tomorrow afternoon. So I'll only have tomorrow morning and after school. Oh, not really after school. Riley's got a Valentine's disco at school. Oh my goodness. It's a busy week this week. Riley's got Valentine's disco tomorrow while Ellie's got swimming. So I kind of have to be in 2 places at once tomorrow to pick them both up. So Rob's going to have to go and grab one of them. Unless Ellie chooses not to go swimming, which is, I'm not going to force her if she doesn't want to go. Then Thursday, Ellie's got her disco because there's too many children in the school to do them all at once. So, hang on, there's a couple more in here. And another one. And another one. Stop shaking. I start to shake, but I can't stop it. It's weird. There it is. Another one. Then we've got that one. Do you know what? I'm just going to let you guys go. You don't want to sit here watching me pick out diamonds. Actually, that's all of them. Anyway, let me know what you guys have been up to in the comments section. It's always good to know what you guys have been doing. If you're new and haven't subscribed already, please consider hitting the subscribe button. if my channel is something you like. It's mostly about cross stitch and diamond painting and bits of crochet thrown in. If that's something that interests you, hit subscribe, hit the like button if you like the videos, and the down if you don't, that's fine. It's not everybody's cup of tea, I understand that. And leave your comments and questions, no, over there, in the comment section below. And I will probably catch you now on Friday for my floss tube update. Okay, take care and happy crafting, guys. Bye.